or visit the website at malfinancial.com. Ed and Virginia are investment advisor representatives with AE Wealth Management. Investment advisory services offered through AE Wealth Management, which is an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Finding great candidates to hire can be, well, like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter is different. It doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them. With its powerful technology, ZipRecruiter distributes your job everywhere it needs to be to find the right candidates. In fact, over 80% of jobs on ZipRecruiter get a qualified candidate in just one day. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, only ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
Used by businesses of all sizes, ZipRecruiter offers the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free for your free trial. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Angelo's here from Mobile Bay Coins. Angelo, if I got a coin collection and I want to sell it, I'm sure you prefer that I just bring in one item at a time, maybe two, so that I don't overwhelm you. And good morning, Facebook. We're back. Good morning, Facebook. I hope you're having a wonderful day. As the morning goes forward, many other topics other than my discouragement with the president, including there's so much to get into with Ariel. Look, so many exciting things in her life popping up that we'll be getting to as the program moves forward. So get set for that. I will continue to return each hour to the Jeff Sessions thing because I feel like he's defended my mother, so I feel like defending him. Many other things to get to as well in the program, so stick with us. I'm going to listen to traffic and weather, and then we'll go right back into the program with more discussion. So stand by.
Who the people are who write the songs. You can listen to this podcast for free right now by searching for And the Writer Is on iHeartRadio.
Are you struggling with your mortgage payments? Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about your options. Or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Dean McCrary Porsche Traffic Center.
Well, we just aren't seeing much out there this early stage of the morning drive. The trip on I-10 coming across the Escambia Bay Bridge in Pensacola, the Bayway through the Wallace Tunnel, Causeway, and the Bankhead all remains in good shape throughout the area. We do have more of the sidewalk installation work on McGregor Avenue in Mobile between Dauphin and Old Shell. The work began in March and was supposed to end by late June. Weather, though, had other ideas. They're now expecting the project to wrap up in September. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
Gulf Coast weather from Local 15 and the Gemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Meteorologist Jake Dunn here with your forecast. We're going to go partly sunny today and hot. We're back in the middle 90s. Now we may see a storm, but the chance is small, only around 30%. We're in the mid 70s tonight, and it's middle 90s again on Thursday with a slim chance of a storm. From Local 15, I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for this iHeart radio station.
News? Check. Traffic and weather? Check. Opinions? Check. This is the Uncle Henry Show, only on News Radio 710 WNTN.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. News headlines coming up from Fox and from Local 15 in about 10 minutes. One of the stories from Local 15 is about the Mobile Civic Center, with Local 15 reporting that talks of closing it down have simmered down. And that was the phrase used in the news story at local15tv.com. Talks of closing the Civic Center has simmered down. I like the phrase simmered down. There's a lot going on in the world that I wish would just simmer down. Now, specifically the simmering down at the Civic Center, Local 15 is reporting that officials with SMG have continued to book shows. And there's an assessment, some facility assessment is going to be done. There's a firm that is going to assess the Civic Center, and they're going to figure out what to do once they get the assessment. Meanwhile, they're continuing to book shows, and they've got stuff booked into April of 2018 at the Civic Center. So Civic Center going to be around for a while longer. In fact, it was yesterday they released some information on Kevin Hart. You may remember comedian Kevin Hart, one of the more popular comedians working in the world today, star of many movies. And Kevin Hart is going to be at the Civic Center for 2 shows. The first one sold so well, they added an additional show. So October 28 and 29, 2 shows in a row from Kevin Hart at the Civic Center. It's really, this is a very Mobile story in that the only thing keeping the Civic Center alive really is that people want to have Mardi Gras balls in it. So we're willing to lose a bunch of money on it because having the Mardi Gras ball is that important. That is, now you live in Mobile, you understand. If you didn't live here, you would not get it. All right, before we go into news here in less than 10 minutes, Ariel, please join me. We have a variety of things to get into. But first, we're not going to get into all of the other stuff. I'm curious about your pole fitness showcase. Now, Ariel has been doing pole fitness now for over a month.
Yes.
Twice a week.
Twice a week.
Where she's on the pole for fitness purposes. Now, you told me yesterday that you were going to be involved in some kind of special performance or showcase?
Yeah, a showcase. I started rehearsal yesterday. Didn't go well. Well, but everybody always says, like, in the beginning, like, you got to figure out the flow of your song, like, what you actually want to do. And, like, I don't know, maybe I was too caught up in my head and I didn't feel like I had enough moves, but so we'll see what happens. It's not until September.
Now, so you've got over a month to practice.
Right.
But you've explained that this is not pole dancing. This is fitness.
This is fitness. Correct.
But now a song is
right.
involved?
Well, you know how like those bodybuilder competitions, everybody has a song that they're like flexing their muscles to.
Okay.
Same
all right.
thing.
Yes. All right. What is your song going to be?
Trey Songz. She's loving it.
Who?
Trey Songz. You've never heard of Trey Songz. Come
she's loving it.
She loving it. Yeah.
She loving it.
Yeah.
Is that played on the beat?
No, it isn't. It's actually a deep cut from the record.
Oh, it's a deep cut. So if I look in our system, I'm not going to be able to find your pole song.
No, but you're going to find a ton of Trey Songz music.
Is it nasty?
I decline to comment.
All right. What? Did you pick it out?
I decline to comment.
Okay. All right, now what kind of moves are you going to be hanging upside down, flipping around, twirling around? What are you going to be doing on there?
I'm currently working on it's an invert. I'm currently working on
an invert.
Yes.
What is an invert?
Upside down, but they have a fancy name for it. So I'm currently working on trying to be inverted. So far, I got a bunch of spins and a climb, but I want to upside down.
I like that word. When the bosses call me in and ask me to explain my ratings, I'm just going to say it's an invert.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's an invert.
It's okay. It's inverted.
This was planned.
Yeah. This is all part of the plan, more or less.
All right. Where are people? So the public is going to come watch this?
I think so. I think that's what it's. The goal is to have the public watch it so that she can get more people to come join the studio.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So okay.
So I think it's open to the public. I'm not sure yet.
All right. Well, this is you've only been on the pole for a little while, and you're already getting a showcase.
I'm already getting a showcase. When they asked me, I was like, Psh, are y'all crazy? I can't do half the stuff you can do. But they were like, no. You can do a lot of floor work. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know.
All right. Well, Ariel, thank you. Your horizons broaden every week. She went from just being a beginner on the pole, and now in a month she'll have a showcase on the pole with Pole Fitness. All right. Well, I'm sure there'll be video, and that will be an exciting moment in Uncle Henry Show history when Ariel is in the showcase. All right. We have news headlines coming up from Fox and from Local 15. Then the show will move forward. Many other things to get into as we move forward on the Uncle Henry Show, so please stick with the program.
The truth and nothing but. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
So it's clear to me this deep state is President Trump's number one domestic enemy, and they have set out to undermine and to destroy the president's agenda. And now they just got a nod of approval from the president's former CIA director, John Brennan. Zero Hedge is reporting that Director Brennan said that if the White House tries to fire the special counsel who has so many conflicts of interest, well, government officials should refuse to follow the president's orders. In other words, stage a coup, because he says the orders would be inconsistent with the duties of the executive branch. Brennan said, I think it's the obligation of some executive branch officials to refuse to carry that out. I would just hope that this is not going to be a partisan issue. Well, this is what President Trump is now up against. This is the sewer and swamp that needs to be drained.
Keeping you on the straight path. Later today, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
If you've got a 401k, IRA, or pension plan, I've got some bad news for you. This is Brett Kitchen, and the IRS wants you to think these qualified plans are the best way to save for retirement. They give you a tax break when you contribute. Sounds good, right? Wrong. A qualified plan could be a tax disaster when you retire. With $18 trillion in debt, taxes are already going up. Imagine paying a top tax rate of over 90% like the 1960s. There's a better way. It's an alternative the ultra-rich use that beats the pants off your IRA or 401k. It's been around for years. Your money grows tax-deferred, has no taxes in retirement, and no income taxes when you die. Plus, you can grow your money potential double digits with no risk of losing money when the market crashes. If the market tanks like 2008, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now at 800-908-1616 to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of...
Hey, Facebook. Good morning, Facebook. I'll be jumping back to listen to the news headlines from Local 15 here in a moment. I just want to say hello to you. Thank you for watching early this morning on Facebook. Today, the newspaper was thrown at our building, and I was taking a look through it here. In fact, there is a Jeff Sessions cartoon of Donald Trump breathing fire on Jeff Sessions. Yes, indeed. There it is. I am watching the president's Twitter closely this morning. All right, look, I want to hear what Darwin is reporting today, so I'm going to step aside here for just a moment so I can hear the news, and I'll be back after the news headlines with you here on Facebook. So stand by. Back in just a couple of minutes.
Report is brought to you by Uber. If there's something you want to do before the summer's over and having some extra money can help, get your side hustle on and drive with Uber. It's a totally easy, flexible way to earn extra cash to help you meet your goals. Sign up today at uber.com/drive now.
Raising money to be mayor. I'm Local 15's Darwin Singleton with this iHeartRadio News Update. Incumbent Mayor Sandy Stimpson is ahead of his opponents in fundraising, already releasing his first TV ad. And according to campaign finance reports, Stimpson has raised more than $500,000 this year and $460,000 last year. This compared to his biggest challenger, former Mayor Sam Jones, who has raised less than $8,000. However, Jones only started fundraising last month. Two other candidates who have qualified to run for the mayor's race have not reported raising any funds. The police chief in the tight-knit community of Alberta continues to fight for his life this morning after being critically injured on vacation. We told you last week Chief Stan Devane was thrown from a horse while vacationing with family in Wyoming. The department posted an update on Facebook yesterday afternoon that the chief is still in critical condition but is making improvements. The return of Carnival Cruise Lines to Mobile appears to be a win-win for the city and Carnival. City officials say the Fantasy is on schedule to bring in roughly $6 million a year in revenue. After factoring in salaries, maintenance costs, and payments toward the cruise terminal debt service, the city will still be about $1 million in the green. Meanwhile, a recent survey by the company revealed passengers choose Mobile as the friendliest port serving the company. And a Carnival official tells Local 15 an extension of Carnival's contract with the city appears very likely. News breaks while you sleep, so when you wake, we'll catch you up on what's happening along the Gulf Coast and around the world every weekday morning on Local 15 Today. We start at 5 a.m. I'm Local 15's Darwin Singleton for this iHeartRadio station.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. President Trump pleased with yesterday's Senate vote to begin debate on the GOP health care plan.
Now we move forward towards truly great health care for the American people.
One proposal to repeal and replace Obamacare rejected late last night. Senate leaders plan to vote on a health care package by the end of the week. The House voting to impose new sanctions against Russia, Iran, and North Korea while limiting the president's authority to roll back those penalties.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson has warned the concept behind this bill limits his department's ability to negotiate with Russia.
Fox's Rich Edson, that bill now heads to the Senate. Ohio is set to execute a child killer in a few hours. Ronald Phillips was convicted of raping and killing a 3-year-old girl 24 years ago. The Supreme Court last night rejecting his request for time to pursue more appeals. Fox News, we report, you decide.
I believe the fondest cars in the world are made right here in Alabama. And that's why Mercedes-Benz of Mobile is expanding our team of talented technicians. If you have the drive and skill it takes to be a Mercedes-Benz technician, then we want you to be part of our family. We're offering excellent pay and benefits along with fully air-conditioned parts and service departments. Mercedes-Benz of Mobile is hiring service technicians. Please call 251-472-BENZ. That's 251-472-BENZ.
Smart Home America is a local nonprofit set up to help Gulf Coast homeowners learn how to save money. Learn how to shop for homeowners insurance and get the right coverages. Learn how to re-roof your house with a fortified roof that's safer and can increase your property values. And learn how to save all the time by being more energy efficient. You'll find information and resources at smarthomeamerica.org. Build a stronger home, save money, and get the right insurance with smarthomeamerica.org.
Is old Bessie spending more time in the shop than on the road? Is she having a hard time keeping up with your buddies when she does get out? Do you feel more beaten than refreshed after riding? Now just might be the time to trade her in. Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson is offering you the same monthly payment when you trade your bike in towards a new one of the same model family. That's right. New Harley, same payments. Stop in to see them at 3260 Pleasant.
And good morning, Facebook. We're going to be back on the radio here in about a minute. Right now, it's me and you here together on Facebook. See, I was looking through the press register thrown at our building. There are some things I hadn't seen before. For example, let's see, tonight at 5:30, the Mobile Police Department will host Movie in the Park at Tricentennial Park, 2121 Lake Drive. So the police department is now hosting movies. I don't know if that is to, maybe the thinking is maybe you won't go out and be a criminal if you've got an opportunity to see a movie with the police. They're going to be showing Zootopia in the park. All right, stand by. We'll go back to radio.
Joe on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM 99.5 FM The Jag. I'll be getting back into the Jeff Sessions story later in the half hour. I've seen a couple of stories I wanted to mention about Amazon lately because I commented to several people on Amazon Prime Day that I didn't understand. I like the service of being able to buy things off the internet. I do like that. And have them delivered to my home so that I can be more of a hermit type person, which is a wonderful thing. When you're a man my age, a lot of men my age, we enjoy being hermit-like creatures. Only showering when necessary and staying away from the insanity of the world. But I didn't buy anything on Amazon Prime Day because I couldn't figure out if I was getting a deal or not. And there have been several stories out since Amazon Prime Day about how maybe you're not getting a deal. This one is from Fox Business. The headline is Amazon jacked up Prime Day prices, misleading consumers, says vendor. And this is a story about a vendor that sells through Amazon based in Charlotte. And they explain that they've got a product that has a suggested retail of $9.99, and that when the Prime Day popped up, Amazon almost doubled the price to make it look like people were getting a discount when they were actually paying the regular full price. And there have been other stories. I think the Federal Trade Commission is looking into similar complaints that Amazon is making it look like you're getting a deal when actually they have inflated the real price. So when they cut it down and give the discount, you're actually paying the real price. So this confirms my. There was just some of that just seemed too good to be true. So, and the vendor, and this is kind of a bold move from the vendor because they're a small company, and to go up against Amazon, which has all the resources in the world and may not want to carry their product anymore. That's probably a big deal if Amazon decides we don't want to carry your product anymore because you lose an enormous opportunity to reach people. But I'm looking forward to seeing what the Federal Trade Commission has to say about the pricing. I still like ordering through it and getting it delivered to my home so I can continue the hermit thing. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the nines. We'll be right back in 90 seconds.
Time saver traffic from the Dean McCrary Mazda Traffic Center.
It remains a mostly quiet drive throughout the area. We really haven't had any big early morning problems here today. If you're traveling I-10 crossing the Bayway through the Wallace Tunnel, the 3-mile bridge from Gulf Breeze up to Pensacola, the causeway onto the Bankhead, all of that in good shape. There's not much out there at this very early hour. With time saver traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. It's morning. Here's an eye-opener. LifeLock can see more threats to your identity than you can see if you're just monitoring your credit. And if something happens, a U.S.-based specialist can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com. Use promo code RISK to save 10%.
Gulf Coast weather from Local 15 and the Kemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
Hello and happy Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn from Local 15. We're turning the weather around today. The past couple of days, of course, have been more clouds than sun, wet, and, well, cool for July. It's more sun than clouds today, and the heat's on. We're back in the mid-90s. It will feel like it's 105, though, this afternoon, and there is only a 30% chance of storms. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn from this iHeart radio station.
Never miss a riff. TK101, the rock station.
We love Nick Saban. Just wanted to get that out of the way. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Coming up in about 10 minutes, I'll share some President Trump audio of him and Jeff talking about Jeff Sessions, which I find very discouraging. Before I get to that, though, I did receive an indication that one of the listeners of the Uncle Henry Show has awakened and has emailed me. And the listener emailed me about this Civic Center story. I mentioned earlier this hour that Local 15's reporting about how the Mobile Civic Center now has things booked, different performances and events booked through April of 2018, and any plans to shut it down are on hold while there's an assessment going on. Let me go to the email inbox about a facility assessment is going on to assess it. Let me go to the email inbox. Subject line on the email is Civic Center Assessors. Email reads, "Wonderful Wednesday to you, Henry. I wonder how much an assessment of the Civic Center will cost. Assessing the Civic Center sounds like being a U.S. Senator. It's good work if you can get it." And that email from the Common Man. Common Man, thank you for being awake and being courteous in your email. Now, here's the assessment of the Civic Center. Here is what Local 15 can tell us about it. They quote the city spokesperson, George Talbot. He's the director of communications, George Talbot, with the city of Mobile. George Talbot says, quote, "We have a firm we've contracted with to do a facilities assessment, and they are working through all city property, actually, including the Civic Center. We'll use the information compiled as a result of that survey to help us make decisions going forward," end quote. So not just the Civic Center, everything. Now, that'll be fun to read, won't it? To read a list of all city property and an assessment of it. That. Again, this is something people my age like. Men my age, we like being, in many cases, we like being hermit-type people that stay home. We shower only when necessary. We get things delivered to the house. And we also like reading lists of inventory of city property and then someone's assessment of it. So won't that be fun, Common Man, to see an assessment of everything the city owns? There's probably stuff we forgot that the city owns. We'll find some buildings on this list and say, where did this come from? So the assessment, and the assessment will be complete in October. So that's when we'll get the fun, just in time for the holiday season. We'll get the assessment of the city property, and we'll learn what they have to say about the Civic Center. Although I think we all pretty much know what the assessment of the Civic Center is. It's old. To upgrade it would cost a lot of money. We lose money on it, but people want to have Mardi Gras balls in it. So there's your assessment. And where do you go from there? I don't really know. The Uncle Henry Show moving forward. I'm slowly awakening. Coming up next, I think I've got some audio here of President Trump talking about Mobile's Jeff Sessions.
Rush Limbaugh.
Hang on, let me check something here real quick.
No distraction can stop the dissemination of truth.
Damn it, screw it.
Today at 11, News Radio 710, WNTM.
This is Uncle Henry. I'm here with Ed Ahrens of McNeil Ahrens Lambert Financial Group. Ed, you've been in the business yourself for 43 years.
What do you contribute your longevity to?
Uncle Henry, it's a little scary, especially when you start making the same noises as your coffee maker. But one of the things about what we do is I love what we do. It's a great enjoyment for me to meet with our clients very periodically, because not only do we become financial advisors, but we share in what's going on in their families and everything else. And to me, that brings a lot of joy to me and hopefully to our clients.
For over 90 years, the professionals at McNeil Aaron's Lambert Financial Group have been helping their clients with their personal estate and retirement planning. Give them a call at 666-5000. That's 666-5000, or visit their website, malfinancial.com. Ed and Virginia are investment advisor representatives with AE Wealth Management. Investment advisory services offered through AE Wealth Management, which is an SEC-registered investment advisor. Hey, this is Uncle Henry. I want to tell you about a dentist I found in Mobile named H. Radcliffe Brown, Jr.
Hey, Facebook, good morning. Let's see. Before I discuss anything with you, let me make sure I've got everything ready. Because coming up, the president, just his first tweet of the morning. The first tweet of the morning from the president, he retweeted Fox and Friends doing a report on Senator John McCain returning to the Senate. Now, maybe the president is being very mean to Jeff Sessions. But maybe they can get along again in the future, because you may remember that many months ago, President Trump said bad things about John McCain, even casting negativity toward his record as a Vietnam prisoner of war. But now months have passed and he's calling John McCain a hero. So it's possible he could be really mean to Jeff Sessions this week, and then in a few weeks he may call Jeff Sessions the greatest man of all time. You just never know. But he did just retweet Fox and Friends. All right, well, that was distracting. All right, let me make sure I've got my Donald Trump stuff ready to go here.
Very disappointed.
All right, yes. Oh, he's very disappointed. All right. Before we go back to radio, I was looking through the press register. I did see that the Mobile Police Department is hosting Movie in the Park tonight. Tricentennial Park, 2121 Lake Drive. Now, not the city of Mobile, the police. So I guess this is so that families will bring their little children and learn to love the police. The police are showing the movie Zootopia at Tricentennial Park with games and activities with police. And food will be provided for everyone that shows up. So if you want to play games and activities with police officers and then see Zootopia, that's tonight. Beginning at 5:30. At dusk is when the movie starts. So that's Tricentennial Park, 2121 Lake Drive. And I guess the theory is that if you play games with the police and watch a Disney movie with them, then later, when you're older, you won't be a criminal. All right? That's what's going on in Mobile tonight. All right. And I don't know, the movie Zootopia, I'm unaware of it. I don't know. I'm going to assume that there are talking animals. All right, we go back to radio.
And on Thursday with a slim chance of a storm. From Local 15, I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for this iHeart radio station.
This morning at 9, Ask the Expert. Then Rush at 11. Right now, it's Uncle Henry on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes from Fox and from Local 15's Darwin. As I talk about the Jeff Sessions, Donald Trump divide, let it be understood that I am coming from a standpoint of being biased. Jeff Sessions has defended my mother in a public meeting. He has stood up in front of a crowd over a microphone and said good things about my mother. And so I'm going to be in his corner. I am biased. Anyone that is going to defend my mother's honor, I am going to be in their corner. So just understand that. Maybe you don't want to listen to me anymore because I do have a bias toward the defender of my mother, Attorney General Jeff Sessions. But that is what it is. So I was discouraged yesterday at the continued beating up of Jeff Sessions by President Trump. The stuff he said, well, look, first, here, there was a White House news conference yesterday, and the topic of Jeff Sessions came up. President Trump rejected the notion that he's leaving Jeff Sessions in a state of limbo.
I'm very disappointed with the Attorney General, but we will see what happens. Time will tell.
We will see what happens. Time will tell. I think he said something very similar about James Comey. Not that I'm saying anything. I'm just saying, I believe he said something very similar about James Comey. Let's see, what else? A few other comments from the president.
I want the Attorney General to be much tougher on the leaks from intelligence agencies, which are leaking like rarely have they ever leaked before at a very important level.
Okay. I think we would all like there to be a toughness on leakers.
I am disappointed in the Attorney General. He should not have recused himself almost immediately after he took office. And if he was going to recuse himself, he should have told me prior to taking office.
Okay. Those were not egregious statements. What really got me last night was seeing what he said to the Wall Street Journal. And if you didn't read those comments, here's a quote from President Trump to the Wall Street Journal about Jeff Sessions. He says, quote, "When they say he endorsed me, I went to Alabama. I had 40,000 people. He was a senator from Alabama. I won the state by a lot, massive numbers. A lot of the states I won by massive numbers. But he was a senator. He looks at 40,000 people, and he probably says, what do I have to lose? And he endorsed me. So it's not like a great loyal thing about the endorsement. But I'm very disappointed in Jeff Sessions," end quote. That really, to treat Jeff Sessions like this is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. To downplay the endorsement. Now, before, of course, the president was very happy to get the endorsement and even praised the endorsement and acknowledged it as being a big thing. Now he's downplaying it. He's not saying that it was that. He's downplaying the loyalty. It's just not the way you would think that President Trump should treat anybody that's come on to his administration. Now, by the way, the president has been tweeting this morning. His first tweet was a retweet of Fox and Friends doing a report on Senator McCain. And he just tweeted moments ago about his rally last night. He tweeted, "The crowd in Ohio was amazing last night, broke all records. We had a great time in a great state. We will be back soon." I am monitoring the Twitter feed to see if there's anything else about Jeff Sessions. Yesterday, he got a lot of criticism from people who have generally been with President Trump. A lot of people who have supported President Trump and have supported his policies yesterday expressed upset with the way he was treating Jeff Sessions. So I am, like many people, quite interested to see, does he give Sessions a break today? I hope so. Or does he keep going on Jeff Sessions? So I will be monitoring the Twitter feed as we go through the day. But it was just very discouraging because Jeff Sessions, whether you agree with his recusal or even agree with some of the things he's done as Attorney General, he gave up one of the cushiest, greatest jobs maybe the greatest job in politics is to be a senator. Look at all the people that want his job. He gave it up, and it doesn't look like a lot of fun what he's doing. It doesn't look like it's a barrel of laughs to be Attorney General. So just seeing him treated that way, in fact, unnecessary. Unnecessary. All right, I will, as I said, continue to monitor the Twitter feed, and we'll continue on here on the Uncle Henry Show. We do have news headlines coming up in less than 5 minutes from Fox and from Local 15's Darwin. Darwin, he may mention that a lot of the political figures in Alabama did step forward yesterday to back up Jeff Sessions. State Republican Party chairman backed up Jeff Sessions. Senator Shelby, Bradley Byrne. Luther Strange released a very on-the-fence comment expressing support for both Jeff Sessions and President Trump. So, which I guess you can expect from somebody running for the Senate. More to come. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show.
Does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver, but you're in Philly? No problem. In Austin, but you miss Seattle? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist stations.
Hey, this is Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue on iHeartRadio.
Just type in the artist you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. Free radio and unlimited music all in one app. iHeartRadio. The worldwide phenomenon is back. Our 2017 iHeartRadio Music Festival, hosted by Ryan Seacrest. September 22nd and 23rd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Over 20 of the greatest performers on the planet converge in Las Vegas for 2 nights. The iHeartRadio Music Festival Capital One cardholder presale is on. Cardholders, get access to tickets right now. Tickets on sale to the general public this Friday at 12 p.m. Go to iHeartRadio.com/Capital One before they sell out.
I'm Uncle Henry, a customer of Heads Heating and Air Conditioning. I've used them for maintenance and for when my old system went out on me. Last year, I asked them to turn to the experts, Carrier, and replace my old natural gas furnace with a Carrier 95% high-efficiency unit. And so I had a cozy, warm home last winter with lower heating bills. And I'm looking forward to a cool home this summer with that new system. Carrier, high-efficiency natural gas, and Heads Heating and Air Conditioning make a great team. Did you know they've got financing available at 0% interest for up to 60 months? You can't beat 0% on a new system. What a great combo. Carrier, natural gas, Heads Heating and Air Conditioning, and financing at 0% interest for up to 60 months. So turn to the experts, Carrier, and call Heads Heating and Air Conditioning. The number is 251-653-7873. 251-653-7873. See if you qualify for that great deal on 0% interest.
Heads Heating and Air Conditioning, where 3 heads are better than 1.
Your home for Uncle Henry every morning at 5. News Radio 710 WNTM Mobile, an iHeart radio station. 99.9 WMXC HD3 Mobile.